What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be building a massive stadium to hold a whole bunch of food for the upcoming Super Bowl with the Patriots versus the whatever team they're playing. I don't even know who they are. So my wife found this online and we figured we're going to give it a shot. She loves doing these creative things when we host a big party, so this is what we're going to do. To get started, we're going to need 6 triple tray things. And also we're gonna give shout out to the woman that we got the inspiration from in the description. We'll link her page in the description, but also we'll give her a shout out. We're gonna need 3 pool noodles, which we're gonna be cutting up. 2 pairs of scissors, because one is never enough. And Edward Scissorhands, you need to be able to cut 2 times. No, I'm just kidding. Just 1 pair of scissors, but just in case one breaks, right? Some footballs, some goalposts, some white duct tape, and it doesn't hurt to have some extra tape. And finally, 3 pieces of white poster board. And if you want to make it a little more creative, get yourself a table cover with football themed things on it. All right, so we're gonna get to building. The way this is going to work, just to give you a footprint of how it's going to lay out, is you're going to have 2 trays on either side. 1 tray in the front. I'm going to move those pool noodles out of the way. And 1 tray near the rear. And then the whole thing is going to be wrapped with the poster board. So these trays are serving as the seating in the stadium. So to make sure we get that elevation that you see, that we want to see, we're going to use a pool noodle, cut it to size. That will fit over 2. You may actually only need 2 pool noodles, but got 3 just in case. Yeah, so 2 will actually suffice. You want to cut this one to size. Here. And same thing, 2nd pool noodle. Shout out to Miss Rachel if you hear her in the background. She is an amazing teacher for little babies. My daughter loves her. She's learning so much. So thank you, Miss Rachel. And now we're gonna take our white duct tape, really any tape for this bottom piece because it's not gonna be visible. White is going to be more critical when we're actually taping around. I'm going to tape that pool noodle down. I need a little bit of a longer piece. Oops. You don't want to wrap the pool noodle. You want it to tape to that. There we go. Look at that. I need a little bit longer on that piece there. For the double piece here, we want to do a couple pieces to hold them together before we tape our pool noodle to it. These will actually hang off. Boom. That. See it already coming together. And we've got this really cool table cover, so we're trying to use it as the center ground, so when we actually start putting everything on, it looks really like a football stadium. Now with this, what we want to do is start cutting slivers of it so that it fits all the way around the whole stadium, and then we just tape it all together. So let's get started. To make my life a little easier, I'm going to go ahead and use a measuring tape just to get the approximate height, and this should be across the board for all of them. So I'm gonna round it up to 4 inches, and I'm just gonna be cutting a bunch of slivers of 4 inches all the way around. So take note, depending on the pool noodle you have, it may sit a little higher or a little lower. So make sure you do your measurement, and then now I'm gonna just measure across and cut 4-inch slivers of this cardboard stock all the way down, as many as I can, and it's just gonna wrap around. So if we do our math right, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. And now we'll just match those lines up as closely as we can. 4, 8, 12. Not looking for perfection here, because honestly it can be taped, and for food, this is just a quick and creative way just to display your Super Bowl finger foods. So you make it as perfect or as imperfect as you want it to be. This is just a fun, easy project you can do. If this was holding a foundation of a house or something, that's a different story. Do I dare hold all the cardboard together and cut it all at once? Maybe I'll do 2. Now all I have to do is just cut out the lines. Again, not looking for perfection here, just looking to have some fun. Now we're just going to start taping around all the way. So what we start doing is just putting a piece of, taking one big snake of poster board. Tighten it all up. Move all this out of the way. Now I'm just going to start putting a couple pieces of tape on here just to hold it all down. I'm a strong believer of embrace the imperfections, have fun with it, have fun with life, metaphor for life. You know, just go with it, have fun with it. And still, once the food's in here, you ain't even gonna notice all of that. And that's it. And we're gonna fill chips here, dips, all these different finger foods across the whole thing. All right, so first thing we're gonna start with is the dry ingredients, the things that don't need to really be cooked. So chips, cookies, original. So this is where these corners come into play. Just pour the chips right in. And another thing about this tabletop that makes it easy is everything is disposable. Toss all the chips in there. Quick and easy access. And move around, just to the next. Put everything back in the center here. don't worry. And also, always remember to wash your hands before handling food. I washed mine prior to filming this section, so that's why I am touching these. And we got some waves. These are smaller than they usually be. And finally, we got popcorn. There ain't no watching something without some popcorn. Those will fill the corners, and then we're going to throw some plantain chips on. Maybe here, or we'll throw the plantain chips there, and then we got some little non-dippers, and then some candy nuts. Type of candy nut, sweet fig glaze, and then this type right here to go on the other side of it. Honey roasted almonds. Nice little difference in spread there. We'll throw some naan. Little naan bites, you know, you can just dip this into some hummus, you can even dip it in guacamole right now. Why not? Multicultural dippage here in this house. We got some pretzels. Fill that puppy up. I made some homemade tahini cookies. May have eaten a few already, but you know, that's okay. I'm gonna pop these a little farther away from the chips so we can get a nice spread of them. Made with maple syrup instead of refined sugars, so makes them really good, a little healthier, I think. And then we got some Doritos sweet and spicy chili. Got these right here. Man. So that pretty much wraps it up for our dry foods, and then everything that's coming out of the oven, we'll start placing them around. Our dips are gonna go all in the center here. My wife made a really good buffalo chicken dip and a artichoke hearts something dip. It's really good. I'm blanking on it right now. Something with artichokes, and we'll touch on it when we put those out. All right, as we get ready for the Patriots to win this Super Bowl, we finished setting up, and we actually decided to do all dry foods and some of the cooked foods we're going to put out on the side. But as you can see here, we got some hummus, some Mediterranean dips here, a bunch of chips, seafood sandwiches. So, and then in the middle, just to keep the theme going, my wife decided to put some guacamole to mock being the field. And we got, my sister-in-law created these tres leches cupcakes, and we put little goalposts in them, but we're ready to go. Got everything you need for a good Super Bowl party. And we got people bringing warm foods, got taquitos, pizza, everything in the oven ready to go. Let's get it.